Coming off a disappointing loss to Washington on Sunday, the Raiders are getting ready for a trip to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Fox 5 Sports Director Kevin Bolinger has more.
Despite the loss to Washington, the Raiders are still in the thick of the playoff race, but they have to start getting wins, and a win in Kansas City would certainly be a springboard. The Raiders were back on the practice field for the first time this week, and it was an extremely business-like practice with not a ton of chatter. Tight end Darren Waller was not on the field, but interim head coach Rich Bisaccia left the door open for a Sunday return, saying that Waller remains day-to-day. Waller would help a Raiders offense that struggled against Washington and has fallen into a tendency to have slow starts.
Majority of the things that we don't execute well, we'd like to think that they're fixable. Some are personnel concerns, some are scheme conversations, that some things we could do better. Some are situational calls that we may have made in all three phases.
I believe that we have a very good offense. I think situationally we have been terrible, in a good way. Like third downs have been not our best. Inconsistent is probably a better word, right? Red zone, we have to be better.
Quarterback Derek Carr knows the pressure is starting to ramp up.
The urgency to win, I feel that, and I feel that on everybody's heart. I've always felt that. That's all I've cared about, is wanting to win and win it for this team. And so I feel that urgency.
The Raiders did win at Arrowhead last year, but Kansas City is not an easy place to win. Mix in the rivalry and a division title race in December, and this game has a lot of extra firepower to it.
The Chiefs are, one of those teams that we got to beat to get to where we want to be. So every time we play them, we know there's a little bit of extra, I feel like extra meaning. There's bragging rights on the line. There's divisional bragging rights, divisional standings, all that stuff. That all comes into play when we're playing them. And right now we're right in the mix. No matter how people feel, no matter what people say, we're still in the mix. So.
A couple of other injury notes. Linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski was placed on injured reserve. That means he'll be out at least 3 games. And the initial report for the week on injuries had a long list of players, but we likely won't know their status until we reach the weekend. Kevin Bolinger, Fox 5 News Local, Las Vegas.